Hello and welcome to chapter 29. This is a very interesting chapter, like all of them, and let us proceed with the chapter. He who wishes to take control of the world and acts upon it, I can see that he will not succeed. Alright, we are talking about desires in our day to day life. And in this chapter, we are focusing on all types of earthly desires. For example, right now they are talking about this desire of power and control. He who wishes to take control of the world and acts upon it, it means not only wishing for the desire of the entire world, a desire of control over the entire world, but also choosing to act upon this desire, the one that does so, I can see that he will not succeed. All right, I already know that he's going to fail without even knowing him, because the mere fact that you try to control everything means that you won't be able to. And I think it's obvious what's the reason. The reason is that we humans are incapable of controlling too many things. There's a certain amount of things that we are unable mentally to control. It's just too much. So he who tries for infinity, more and more control and power, tries to get more and more power in his grip, it's obviously going to fail at some point. I already can see it. For the world is a divine vessel. It cannot be acted upon as one wish. Alright, so it means that because of the divinity of the earth and of our world, because of this divinity, it's impossible for it to act in ways that we desire it to act. Alright, so it means that this world that we live in has some divine properties to it, and because of that, it's not something that we can manipulate easily. It has its own agenda, or at least the agenda of divine beings that control it. Alright, that's the divinity of the earth, and it's the first time that the Tao chooses to depict something as divine. Alright, so that's interesting. They did talk about saints many times. They talk about the Taoist, the person that practices Taoism, being a saint, and it could be implying divinity to it, but it's the first time that the word divine is actually used. He who acts on it fails. He who holds on to it loses. Alright, we're talking about this wish to control everything. So it's not a good idea to try to do it. Therefore, some things move forward while some follow behind. Some try to warm with exhilarated air, while some try to blow it cold. Exhaled air. Alright, some try to warm with exhaled air, while others try to blow it cold. Meaning that some people want one thing and other people want another thing. Alright, it's always changing. Everything in our world on earth, everything is changing, everything is moving. You can't control it, you won't ever succeed. Some are strong while some are weak. Some are successfully accomplished while some are declined and failed. Alright, different people have different things going for them, and for whatever reason, some succeed and some fail, some are strong and some are weak. We are all different. Thus, the saint avoids all extremes, extravagance, and pride. Alright, that's the main point of this chapter. If you wish to be a saint, to be a Taoist, to be a person that practices these teachings that we are talking about here, don't be extreme, be modest. Don't be extravagant, be humble. And don't be a person of pride, just be humble, be like everybody else, because everything is changing, everything is moving. Sometimes you are up, sometimes you are down. Sometimes you are being gifted with all kinds of gifts that enable you to succeed. Sometimes you are being suppressed by negative forces that do the exact opposite. So, whatever the circumstances, you can't really take too much credit for things that are going for you, anyways. So, don't do it. Avoid all extremes. extravagance, and pride.